Hey, Warrior Saints! Welcome to our Crucifixional live stream. Father Chris here. Glad to have you beautiful people with us on this glorious day. We are spending some time this week talking about the truth. It's a fascinating thing, the world we live in, because the chaos out there that we all experience on a daily basis, through all of the platforms and the outlets in which we receive information and our interactions with other human beings, there's an overwhelming sense that truth is not really there. It's not objective and it's not even subjective. It's just kind of like, my feelings reign and rule the day. And I think the more that we think like that, the more we become enslaved, the more we become depressed, the more we become anxious, right? Anxiety, depression, on the rise. The more we feel like overwhelmed because somewhere inside, we mentioned yesterday, viscerally, inside your body, you know when something is right and true, and you also know when something is wrong and untrue. And that I don't want to be silly, but that oppressive feeling about the truth, the untruth that's kind of holding us down, and we all hear it out there. We all know what's going on out there. It's in some real sense enslaving. Now, in the Gospel of John, Jesus, in his great love for mankind, and the whole point of his coming was to set us free, he says in chapter 8 about this oppressive nature of untruth. He says, and you will know the truth. This is chapter 8. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Get it? The truth will set you free. Now, it doesn't mean that you're in jail, the truth comes out, you get out of jail. Although I guess that's part of it, but this is not what Jesus is talking about. He's talking about knowing the truth, and it will grant you freedom from the chaos, right? So think about it like this. There was an Orthodox priest in the Soviet Gulag camps. His name was Father Arseny. I don't remember his years. Do you remember his dates? Like whatever, 40s, 50s, 60s. What's that? Late 1800s. No, he was older than that. Anyways, whatever it was. Greg said 1800s. It may be 1800s. No, because the Soviets didn't come until 1918.
That's a fair point.
We figured out. Anyways,
History.
He was in the Soviet gulags in Siberia. He was an Orthodox Christian priest. Glad to see. We know scripture. We don't know dates. Anyway, all of that to say, he, like the abuses and the beatings and the humiliation and all of the things that they put Father Arseny through were in his book. It's really it's powerful, the story. But he knew Christ. And because he knew the truth, he was never broken. And in some real sense, when you read his story, you can see that there is a freedom in the life of this man, even while he's a slave and a prisoner in a Soviet gulag camp, freezing in Siberia. It's a powerful message for us that truth sets us free. Now, your physical, literal freedom on the earth is important, but freedom to know right from wrong, freedom to see the responsibilities that we bear to care for and to listen to and help heal other people, freedom to think, and even in some countries like ours here, the ability to speak truth, right? This is something that it is the most freeing of all feelings, right? It's just, the truth will set you free. And the truth is this. The truth is that Jesus Christ and Jesus on the cross is the way, the truth, and the life, which you see in John 14, right? We talked about it yesterday. This path to the Father only goes through truth. The way of Christ is the way of the cross, what we call crucifixional living. And that means very simply that I'm setting aside my will in order to do God's will, to make room in my heart and in my mind and in my actions to do the things that God has asked of us to do. It's sometimes complicated. Very often it's confusing. When you think about those things we talked about earlier, whether it be the depression or the anxiety or the chaos that's just all over the place, it feels like sometimes overwhelming, like we can get lost in it, like, oh my gosh, I'm just sitting here. I want to be doing this, but I'm just stuck in the mire of this chaos, and I feel overwhelmed, like I'm drowning and I can't get out of it. You're not alone in that. I can promise you. Not just me. All of us. We all feel it, right? But if you want to climb out of that mess and find yourself free through the truth by living a cross-like, Christ-like, crucifixional life, you got to visit. You got to visit warriorsaints.org and subscribe to the Way of the Warrior Saint. It is going to give you the tools. These courses that we have there provide the tools to help you seek the truth, find the truth, and find yourself set free. Love you, beautiful people. We'll be back again tomorrow. And as always, keep walking on the way of the Warrior Saint.